Coming to you live from beautiful Miami on my way back to lovely Medellin before I moved to the States in a couple months. I was thinking about self-love, specifically from a guy's perspective. It's great, it's necessary, it's important. It actually doesn't work just to love yourself sustainably. You can for some things. If as a guy, we know there's things that in our heart of hearts, not like guilt-based, shame-based, why didn't you do that? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like beating ourselves up. That there is something in us that we need to do. If you go, hey man, last 2 years I really, let myself go and it's gained 25 pounds and it's affected my relationship, my sex life. I don't have the same energy at work. I'm probably making less money more than I want to admit. That dude knows that it's to go forward to losing that 25 pounds, and it's probably doing more. It's probably lifting weights or it's doing different things. Self-love is very hard to have happen when there are large discrepancies. It's not about perfection between our trust and respect. If we don't really trust and respect ourselves, it's going to be very hard for self-love to flow. Because it's kind of like if you had a dinner date with someone, right? And you're going to meet your friend at 6 p.m. on Friday. And they go, I'm going to be 30 minutes late. I'm going to be an hour late. And they go, I got to cancel. You might be worried about them. But they go, we'll do Sunday. And then they do the same thing. And after a few days, you're maybe not concerned anymore. You're kind of pissed. Like, are they deceiving me now? God, it's Thursday and they've done this since last Saturday. They've done it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or what did I say? Whatever, 5 or 6 days. Started on the wrong day. You eventually start to lose trust and respect. People can, as a guy, go to the barber shop, get a massage, get a haircut, take a walk, read a book. But if underneath you, it's like, God, I gotta end that relationship. I gotta ask that girl out. I gotta have that uncomfortable conversation. Whatever the thing is for you that's underneath that, or again, maybe it's health that's affecting all those relationships and your finance. When something, especially large, and that it's in our truth and our deepest heart, is something that's hanging out and being neglected and ignored, it's hard for us to love ourselves fully. And what and how and who you attract will be on par with that, whether you like it or not. Funny thing about self-respect is no one can do anything about it or give it to you. It kind of is what it is. And sometimes as guys, we're not clear on what would have us respect ourselves. But maybe you could be. If you were right now to think of a time, and remember back to think of a time when you had the deepest respect you've had for yourself, the deepest self-trust, what a lot of guys find is they often go hand in hand. Meaning, let's see, it's a little more comfortable. That they often go hand in hand that, it's way better, that the trust and respect was usually together. I remember talking to a guy recently, and this was, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. He said he had one simple thing when it came to business and things he put off, that if it came up, he basically took action on it immediately without burning himself out. That was the only thing that he did that had radically different results in his life. Hey, I feel called to do this thing for work. I'm putting it off. Hey, I forgot to reach back out to the accountant. And it started to build this momentum. And as he felt it, as he tracked it, like wrote it out and noticed and could see what he's accomplished, he just got more and more and more momentum. Women's hormones constantly change. Women have 4 different personalities inside of them easily, and a lot of women will tell you about some version of this. They're not shy about it. Guys were kind of always the same. So self-love and honoring themselves in the female experience, in the female body, regardless of masculine, feminine energy, is a different experience. It's fluid. For a guy, we have the plus and the minus of we're not that fluid of creatures. Our hormones are always the same. We kind of feel relatively the same if we sleep 8 hours every day and get up at 7 in the morning and go to the gym by 9. At 9 every day, we feel pretty much relatively the same. How can you take advantage and better use the body you have? Meaning, we have built in it being a bit easier to be consistent in terms of sameness as a guy. And when we map out who we're becoming and what we want and follow that, it feels really good. Numbers don't lie. A different way to look at numbers is actually tracking what you have, whether that's online, it's on your computer, it's on an app, it's on paper. Personally, at this point, I like using a big thing on my computer, and I like using paper. The app is great, it's super convenient. When I was getting started, it's too small. It can be great for some clients because it's easier to track their little habits, meaning it's little because it's just on my screen. I can't see the whole big thing. When you start to see undeniable proof that you went to the gym 5 days a week for the last 30 days, that you meditated almost every day, 28 of the last 30 days. By default, there's a much deeper level of trust and respect inside of yourself. And from that place of trust and respect, love flows completely different. Because it's like, oh, this guy's got my back. Women want to feel safe. Women need to feel safe. Men have that as well. We rarely use that language. But when you are not even become the man, but you're becoming the man, where you look at yourself and like, I'm the kind of dude I fucking respect. You magnetize different. And unfortunately, or fortunately, or a little bit of both, depending on how you see it, women respond to us. If you have large incongruencies in your life, or you're kind of off, she does not need to know what you're off in. She'll feel it. Which makes women a very beautiful, and what sometimes in the moment, if it's maybe seemingly not on your side, like an uncomfortable radar detector that you think you're wanting to go fast, but she's like, I can feel how slow he's going, and it's not a good kind of slow. Cesar Millan has something interesting. I was talking about this recently to someone, and someone said, do you know Cesar Millan teaches kind of the same thing about dogs? I was like, I had no idea. That love, whether it's self-love or in a relationship, applies to both, is kind of irrelevant without trust and respect. You might think about your intimate relationship, but there's no more important relationship than one we're in with ourselves. If trust and respect aren't there, it slows down everything, complicates everything. If you were to start to think about now 2, maximum 3 things where you were like, God, if I did this for a week or for a month, don't go further than that, I would have such a different life. Like that if you had 2 or 3 things you're like, for 30 days, if I could do this, you could always go back to what you were doing. But if you had 30 days going, I'm going to do these 2 or 3 things, what would they be? Self-love flows like a river when we're congruent, especially with our, deepest heart's desires. And sometimes that can be meaning saying yes to things, and more importantly, That can be saying no to things that no longer serve us, or things you don't want to go, like, okay, I'm not going to eat candy for 30 days. Okay, I'm not going to look at porn for 30 days. 2 or 3 steps, you become a different guy. Coming to you live from Miami. See you soon.